Tipp FM's live coverage of the TUS Dr. Harty Cup Under-19 final comes in association with REA Eoin Dillon. Whether you're buying or selling in the Premier County, think the local name you know and trust. REA Eoin Dillon, Nenagh. See readillon.ie.
Tipp FM is the place for outstanding news coverage that keeps you informed, engaged and connected. Our team of dedicated journalists work around the clock to bring you the stories that matter most in Tipperary. Don't forget our website, social channels and app for real-time updates on the news that matters most in Tipperary. Your community, your voice, your news. Only on Tipperary's Tipp FM.
And you're very welcome along to Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg for this 2026 Dr. Harty Cup final. Nenagh CBS taking on St. Flannan's College Ennis, and it is a mild day here, a chilly day here in Ennis. A bit overcast, a bit of fog in the distance, but both teams out on the field going through their warm-up. Nenagh in their black jerseys with black shorts here today, and the white jerseys with the blue numbers on the back and white shorts is St. Flannan's College Ennis. Nenagh going for a second ever Harty Cup title after their one they won in this venue 2 years ago, and for Flannan's they go in search of a 23rd ever title. Paul Carroll with Philip Hickey in the commentary box alongside me, a teacher in Nenagh CBS and a hurler with Nenagh Éireog. And Philip, huge excitement I'm sure around the school in the build up to this, particularly after that semi-final up in Templederry.
Yeah, huge excitement. I see there last week all the flags and the headbands made by Man England were being thrown around the place, and you could just kind of feel the energy, and I suppose coming here in hope, and I suppose the excitement after winning the semi-final has really raised the roof inside in the school.
Yeah, well, there's going to be fierce competition on the field. There's also fierce competition in the stands, because the Nenagh supporters over in the far side of the field, you can hear them coming through the microphone now. They're trying to make as much noise as possible, while down in the terrace to our left hand side is a huge group of St. Flannan's supporters, so they'll be going back and forth as well. But on the field we do have some team news. One change on the Nenagh CBS starting 15. Hugo Healy comes in to start from Killerone McDonough's. A huge impact he made in the semi-final win over Hraty CBS, but unfortunately he's in place of number 10 Billy O'Brien, the Nenagh Éireog man, the man who scored the goal in extra time for Tipperary against Kilkenny in the All-Ireland minor hurling final in 2024. He misses out, seemed to have suffered an Achilles injury during the week, and is set for a long spell on the sidelines. Philip, you're a Nenagh Éireog clubman as well as Billy. It's a huge loss for the school, for the club, and just a real sickener for him, because he's a young lad that's already had a long spell on the sidelines for different injuries down through the years.
Yeah, you'd be disgusted for him. He missed the Dean Ryan final against St. Flannan's 2 years ago as well with a broken thumb, and he missed this year as well with us with Nenagh with a hip injury. And then, like, in fairness to him, he came back for the county semi this year, and then actually made his senior debut in the county final, coming out for myself. So look, you'd be absolutely disgusted for him, but I know he has a big part to play today as well, because he's a massive leader in that group.
Yeah, and he's been going around the field there in a boot as well, and chatting away at some of the players, so we wish Billy O'Brien all the best in his recovery from that injury. Let's run you down through the lineup. So we will start with Nenagh CBS. We'll start with their goalkeeper Paddy McCormack from Moneygall. From Killadangan in the full back line is Diarmuid Fogarty and Dara O'Dwyer, alongside Killerone McDonough's Cormac Kendi. At centre back is another Killerone native, Shane Cleary, wears number 6, with Burgess's Johnny Grace at 5 and Nenagh Éireog's Emmett Jones at 7. 16-year-old Éanna Tucker from Nenagh Éireog wears number 8. He was the goal scorer in the semi-final, with Toomey Var's Austin Duff alongside him in the middle of the field for Nenagh today. We mentioned number 25 Hugo Healy comes in wearing the number 25 jersey at wing forward for Billy O'Brien. The captain is the main man for Nenagh. It's Owen Duhan from Moneygall, and 451 he has scored in the 5 games so far in this year's Dr. Harty Cup. Number 12 is Paul Cahallan from Burgess. Number 13 is Patrick Ryan from Bursalee. 14 Patrick Hackett from Toomeyvara, and 15 Joe O'Dwyer from Burgess. That is the Nenagh starting 15 here today, and lots of experience in that team from lads playing county minors, and even Owen Duhan played in the Harty Cup 2 years ago, as did Joe O'Dwyer, and Austin Duff was a goal scorer in the Harty Cup final here 2 years ago. So it's a real kind of broad Nenagh team, a bit of depth there, a lot of players that can move around the place, and you were involved with this team at the Dean Ryan Cup level when they won it 2 years ago, so you know all about the quality that they do have.
Yeah, look, sure, I suppose if you want to look at it, it'll probably look like Hugo Healy will probably shove out to midfield and then Tucker will move into wing forward. And then you have Patrick Ryan, like, he's a new addition to the school. Like, he is well able to play in the backs there. He was playing for Bursley 21s this year for full back, so I suppose they have lots of versatility there. And then you have the boys on the sideline to come in, like the last day Reid McGrath made a massive difference, and you know they have it on the sideline there as well if they want.
Yeah, so it's always good to have options. Well, a team that has an awful lot of options is this St. Flannan's College Ennis team. 11 of their starting 15 have played county minor for Clare in the last couple of years. They also have 3 county minors from last year on the bench for this St. Flannan's team, so they are pretty much stacked in all bases. So let's run you down through those as both players, both starting 15s line up behind the pipe band just down below us, so you'll hear the drums and the pipes of that pipe band start just down below us in just a few moments time. In goals for Flannan's is Leon Talty with Conor Hill, Sean McNamara and Darren Murray in the full back line. The joint captain is James Cullinan, he wears number 6, and Dara Ball and Colm Daly are the St. Joseph's Door Bearfield pair in that half back line for Flannan's today. Graham Ball is at midfield with Isaac Hassett, and the half forward line, the joint captain, their main man is number 10 Harry Doherty, all 6'3" of them, alongside Patrick Finneran and Rory Ralph in the half forward line for St. Flannan's College Ennis today. And in the full forward, a dangerous full forward line, Owen O'Connor of Ballyea, Dora Bearfield's Thomas O'Connor, and Clooney Quinn's Dara McNamara, and those two names are one that Nenagh will surely have a game plan for. Thomas O'Connor and Dara McNamara. 3-4 for O'Connor in this year's championship, 3-9 for McNamara in this year's Harty Cup, and a lot of these players as well would have played in last year's Harty Cup final defeat to Thurles. Flannans were beaten that day 113 to 13 points, so they're an experienced team and they have really top players all over the field, Philip.
Yeah, and look, it'll be interesting to see who picks up Harry Doherty today. I wouldn't be surprised if they chance him in the full forward line just to test out our full back line from the start. So I know there'll be some serious matchups here today, and with that experience from last year, look, it might stand them. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I don't think there'll be much between these two teams now today.
Yeah, and if you look at the physicality of the teams, like Harry Doherty, I mentioned 6'3", and if you look at Thomas O'Connor, he's a real big ball winner, and those players made a huge difference against Our Ladies Templemore in the quarter-final as well, particularly Thomas O'Connor, as the players crossed the 21-yard line over the far side of the field down to our right-hand side following the pipe band. Darrow Dwyer is the fullback for Nenagh CBS today, Killadangan man. You'd imagine he'll be given some sort of man-marking role given his kind of physical presence back there. Yeah,
I'd say no, Dara, look, like that, he started the year at 6 and he's put back into 3 to do a job. I wouldn't be surprised if he picked up Harry Doherty there, or even if Harry Doherty went in around Diarmid forward, he'd be well able as well. And sure, if there was any issues, you can bring back your Patrick Ryan again, or stick Shane Cleary back on him. So I suppose there's lots of options there for Nenagh anyway today, and hopefully they get their matchups right. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of those options and matchups switch out throughout the game. We mentioned Billy O'Brien is a big loss for Nenagh CBS. Dara Kennedy is a big loss for St. Flannan's College Ennis. He was on the Ireland, the All-Star minor team last year, for the last 2 years even, with Clare, but he misses out today through a hamstring injury. He came back maybe a little bit too early in that semi-final, was only able to get onto the field for about 30 seconds before he had to come back off, so he's a huge loss for St. Flannan's College today. In this game we could expect goals. Nenagh have scored 16 goals in their 5 games in the Harty Cup. Flannan's have scored 11. I mentioned Thomas O'Connor and Darren McNamara in the full forward line for Flannan's. Both of those players are on a 2-game goal streak, so that is something I'm sure that Donogh O'Donnell, Mark Jennery, Paddy Butler, Darren McCarthy and all the Nenagh management team have been honing in on, I'm sure, over the course of the last 2 weeks. But the atmosphere is really starting to build now. We have flares going off in the terrace down to our left hand side. The fog is kind of set all around Ennis, but the field is clearly visible as both sets of players now cross the 45 behind the pipe band. And looking out from where we are, Philip, up at the top of the stand here, the seated stand in Ennis, it's just a special occasion for these players to get to walk behind the pipe band, and you know, it's a real buzz down there, I'm sure, from. Sure, it's unbelievable. Like, I suppose it's what dreams are made of, playing your Hraty Cup final. And again, there's a lot of pressure on these two groups, with both being in the 17 final 2 years ago, Flannan's been in the Hraty Cup final last year. So look, it'll be not new to either of them either. They've all played on big occasions, and they're all playing with their club teams at adult level nearly. So I don't think it'll knock a funk out too many of these lads.
Yeah, they're used to the big day, but this is a really, really big day. A crowd of around 7,000, I think, is expected. 5,000 tickets were sold as of this morning, but with the relatively dry conditions, considering the weather we've had around the country the last couple of weeks, the relatively dry conditions today might attract a few more to Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg, formerly Cusack Park here in Ennis. The referee in charge is Thomas Walsh, formerly known as Tyler Walsh from Waterford, and our sponsors here today are REA Eoin Dillon in Nenagh. The players have just completed now their lap of the field behind the pipe band. It's a chilly day out there to be walking around in your shorts and jerseys, but it's going to really heat up here in just a matter of moments time. We're going to have the REA Eoin, then we'll have the start of the 2026 Dr. Harty Cup final. Quick word on Eoin Dillon, Philip. What a player he's been and what a player he's developed into in the last couple of years.
Sure, what a player. There's not much else you can say about him. Like, even looking back to here 2 years ago, he was a leader then when he was only in transition years.
Yeah.
So, like, I suppose he is the leader here, but you'd hope that a couple of more of the boys might hone in behind him with a couple of scores today, because I don't think he'll be able to do it by himself, especially now that Billy's gone. We need the likes of Joe Dwyer coming in with a score or two. But I think he's one to watch for the future. Yeah, for sure. And he wears number 11 centre forward. I mentioned 451 he has scored in this year's championship. Paul Callan was 310 so far in the championship, 3-6 for Patrick Ryan, 1-5 for Patrick Hackett, and Joe Dwyer is named at 15. That is the forward line with Hugo Healy there, and as Philip said, we might expect Éanna Tucker to push forward as well. But now here in Cusack Park, it is time for our REA Eoin. Well, we are ready to go here in Ennis for the 2026 Dr. Harty Cup final, live here on Tipp FM. Paul Carroll and Philip Hickey on the commentary duty, and Nenagh CBS taking on St. Flannan's College Ennis. Can Tipperary win it for a fourth year in a row? That is something Tipperary has never done. We had Nenagh 2 years ago, we had Cashel, we had Thurles, and now can we get Nenagh again, or will it be St. Flannan's College Ennis? On the attack straight away is Nenagh, and it is true Austin Duff. Nenagh playing from left to right as we look out, all black jerseys, black shorts for Nenagh, and in the white jerseys with the white shorts is St. Flannan's College Ennis. The ball is stuck on the ground, and away comes James Cullinan, the centre back for Flannan's. Gets a nice out ball over on the far side of the field. Coming forward is Dara Ball, and pass goes infield towards James Cullinan. It's knocked to the ground though. Patrick Hackett is in there for Nenagh to try and get it off the ground, but his Toomevara clubmate Austin Duff has won it back instead. Sends one long and high into the full forward line where Joe Dwyer is out in front of his man. He has the ball in his hands off his left hand side. Is this going to be the first score of the Harty Cup final? It's just across the face of the goals and wide. A brilliant take by the Burgess man, but couldn't put the finishing touches on it. Good start there from Nenagh, getting that ball in. Dangerous full forward line. Puck out goes long from goalkeeper Leon Talty, the Clare minor goalie from last year. He's looking for number 12 Rory Ralph, breaks in behind him now, and Flannan's have it through their corner forward. Owen O'Connor out around the middle of the field. Just down below is Colm Daly, sends one long into the full forward line over the head of the sweeper there at the minute was Darragh Dwyer. It's Darragh McNamara has it now over his right shoulder. It's a lovely strike and it's a lovely score from a real classy forward. Darragh McNamara opens up the scoring here in this Harty Cup final with 1 minute and 15 seconds gone. It's 1 point to no score. Puck out short now from Patrick McCormick, goes to that centre back position where it is Darragh O'Dwyer. The Killadangan man puts the ball on his hurley and then sends it long into the full forward line, but it was a crossing of the wires in terms of what Joe O'Dwyer was expecting and what Darragh O'Dwyer delivered. So instead Flannan's come out of their defence with the ball. Joe O'Dwyer in pursuit of Colm Daly.
but Flannan still have the ball now through their centre forward Patrick Finneran, trying to direct traffic in the full forward line as he sends a nice diagonal ball over to the danger man in the full forward line is Thomas O'Connor. He has Harry Doherty inside him. He's going to go himself, and he hits it high and he hits it over the bar. It's 2 attacks and 2 points for Flannans in the first 2 minutes of the game, and they lead 2 points to no score, Philip.
Yeah, I see Shane Cleary's after dropping in from the start there to mark Harry Doherty, so be interesting to see how that goes.
Puck out short now to Diarmuid Fogarty. He sends it long now, looking to the half forward line, looking for the run of Patrick Ryan. It's going to break in behind towards Austin Duff. He's stuck out on the sideline on the 45, surveying his options, plays it in field to Patrick Ryan. The Bursalee man off his left. It's just going to leak off to the left and wide. His shot from the 45. It's 2 wides for Nenagh in the first 2.5 minutes, and the fog is really starting to descend over the pitch here as we look down to the far goals. You can really see the fog getting denser and denser. But 2 first early wides for Nenagh, Philip, is not what they would have wanted.
No, and they have settled into the game. It's just need to get their shooting boots on.
Puck out goes long. Johnny Grace knocks it to the deck, but Owen O'Connor has won it back over there for Flannans, and they have it in the middle of the field through Patrick Finneran, the left-handed player now, on his right hand side as Paul Callan to try and beat, and he gets past him and gets a pass away now as far as Owen O'Connor from outside the 45. Can Flannans make it 3 from 3? The umpires are having a good look at it, and it has gone to the right and wide, much to the joy of the Nenagh supporters over there. So 2 points, no score it remains. It is Flannans in the lead as Paddy McCormick takes his puck out just over the head of Shane Cleary, but it bounces into the killer one man's hands now as he brings it forward. Hand pass goes off to Emmett Jones. He plays one forward to Dara O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer is going to have a go. The Killadangan man has struck it well and straight over the bar, and Nenagh CBS are on the board here after 3.5 minutes. 2 points playing 1. A brilliantly worked ball up the field.
Excellent score there, starting for Patrick McCormick.
And Dara O'Dwyer puts the finishing touches on it, the fullback on it, just his second point of the Harty Cup campaign this year. And now the puck out goes long, looking for big Harry Doherty, breaks off him, and again it's Dara O'Dwyer coming forward. He's been pulled back, and the ball has been knocked to the ground. He doesn't get an advantage, and away comes Flannans now as it goes forward to Harry Doherty. Their talisman has the ball on his hurley, crossing the 45 on this near side. He's going to shoot off his left. It's a really good strike, and it's a really, really good score from Harry Doherty, his first of the day. And if Flannans are to win it today, they will look for a big game from that man just down beneath us. 3 points to 1 now, Flannans lead. Puck out to come from Moneygold's Paddy McCormick. So he's surveying his options down the field. He's in the goals to our left-hand side as he sends this ball long, down on top of Patrick Ryan. Owen Dillon lurking around the break as well, and it does drop to the ground. There's a couple of men on the ground, and Colm Daly is pulled back to the ground, and it is going to be a free out for Flannans. So it has definitely been all Flannans in this first 4.5 minutes, and they have a free coming out now, their own half-back line. It is going to be James Cullinan standing over it, halfway between his own 45 and 65, just down to our right. And he sends this one long, going to be landing around the 21 towards that dangerous full forward, and that is Thomas O'Connor. Breaks off him though, and Nenagh have won it back through Emmett Jones, and now Shane Cleary surveys his options, goes long looking for Paul Cahallan, and what a snap that is from Cahallan now in the between the 265s. He's going to have a go at putting it into the full forward line. Joe Dwyer has been well handled in there, and it bounces in past Joe Dwyer in as far as the goalkeeper Leon Talty, and he clears his lines back out between the 265s, breaks in behind now towards Harry Doherty. He's on the run, crosses the 45. He scored a point from here a moment ago. He's going to go for another one, and it is wide at the near post this time, but a nice play from Paul Callan, but just couldn't get that sweet ball into Joe Dwyer.
Yeah, and look, I think it'd be difficult to get frees today. I'd say the ref will try to leave it go as much as possible. Yeah, that's the referee, of course, is Waterford official Thomas Walsh. And now here's Emmett Jones, wing back position, sends this one long. It's for Owen Dillon. It's going to run on past Dillon though, and Patrick Hackett is out in front of his man, wins it really well, and now he puts the ball down on his hurley. He crosses the 14 coming in at an angle, has the ball knocked off his hurley, and he has won it back again though, Patrick Hackett, and he eventually wins a free at maybe the second or third time of asking there. What a brilliant take that is by Patrick Hackett, and we've seen it throughout this Harty Cup campaign how important his ball winning ability is, Philip. Yeah, and look, a lot of the time he's left in there alone, and there's nowhere to hide when that ball's coming in. You have to make it stick, and first in that time he was pulled back, and he was pulled back again, and he lost it, and then he ended up eventually winning the free when he won it back. Yeah, excellent play. Brilliant stuff by Patrick Hackett, centre back on the Tipperary minor team last year, but has really been deployed as a very effective full forward on this Harty Cup team. And Owen O'Dwyer has opened, Owen Dillon even has opened up his account
for today's Harty Cup final. Over the bar it goes for that free. 3 points to 2, Flannan's lead, and we have 6.5 minutes gone here. Your coverage on Tipp FM with thanks to REA Eoin Dillon in Nenagh. Puck out goes into the centre back position. A lovely strike from the goalkeeper Leon Talty. Ball knocked to the ground but eventually taken now, and the hook goes in on Dara Ball as his clearance goes straight to Austin Duff. Duff now sending it to the half forward line where Joe Dwyer is battling for possession over there, trying to keep it in play, and it's just been run out between him and Dara Murray. It is going to be a line ball out for Flannan's, and Joe Dwyer, one of those players, he's always threatening but just needs to get the ball in his hand.
Yeah, look, I think he's just starting his run a small bit too far out the field. If he sat in around the 6-yard box, I think he'd do a lot more damage.
So line ball to come out, and it is going to be Dara Ball even over on that far side of the field. It's not a great line ball though, as Nenagh might be able to win it back on the 45, but Flannan's have it in possession. Knocked to the ground though, good tackle there by Hugo Healy. The ball is still stuck on the surface, but Patrick Ryan has won it for Nenagh. He's been pulled back, he's won a free. He's going to have a go for a point though, and it looks good over on that far side, is it? What a score that is from Patrick Ryan, playing with an advantage. He said, I'll have a crack myself, and he's levelled it up here. 7.5 gone. Much better stuff from Nenagh.
Really good score there from Patrick Ryan.
So puck out going long from Leon Talty. He's going looking on the far side of the field. It's knocked to the surface by Johnny Grace. Gets it off to his Burgess clubmate Paul Cahalan, and he sends it long looking for Patrick Ryan, and Patrick Ryan knocks it down for himself. His own Dohan roots at the ball on the ground as well, but it's a Flannan's man in possession. Their joint captain, their centre back is James Cullinan. Lobs one into the full forward line. A dangerous ball there. A couple of players crash into it, but it's Dara McNamara to come down with the ball in his possession over his right shoulder, and that is another brilliant score by Dara McNamara. There is just a touch of class about him in number 15 with the red helmet on him, and he's sent Flannan's back into a 1-point lead, 4-3. Paddy McCormick now going long with the puck out and looking for Johnny Grace, who's progressed up the field over there, and it's come off someone's hurley. Linesman hasn't a clue. Referee hasn't a clue either, so they are going to throw it in. I'm not really sure myself. It was one of those balls landed on top of two players right on the sideline. So if the officials aren't sure, throw it in.
I'd say Johnny didn't have a clue there, to be honest.
So the ball has been thrown in over on that far side of the field, and Nenagh almost had it into possession now. There's 3 or 4 players from each team crouched over the ball on the ground. It's been won by a Flannan's man, and he's burst out of a couple of tackles and sends a lobbed ball forward now to the corner forward. Owen O'Connor has it in his possession out in front of Darrow Dwyer, has got in around the back of him now as he progresses up to the 21, gets hooked though, and it's a brilliant hook by Darrow Dwyer as the ball goes in as far as Paddy McCormick. His clearance though is going to go straight to Flannan's man. That's Harry Doherty just down below us now. We can nearly hear him down below us as he rises that ball and launches it forward towards the other vice captain, James Cullinan. He cuts in on his right, hits it high. It's not going to hold its line. It's just going to leak out to the left and wide. A third wide of the first half for Flannan's, 3 for Nenagh. But the scoreboard reads after 9 minutes 20 seconds 4 points to 3, and it is Flannan's with the 1 point advantage. Ball going forward now to Cormac Kennedy from the short puck out, and he sends a lovely ball long down the line towards Patrick Ryan. If he can keep it in play, he's stuck out on the sideline on the 21. It looks like he got a little nudge on his back there. Referee isn't interested, and it is going to be a line ball out inside the Flannan's 14 down to our right hand side, which is almost a blind spot for myself and Philip here. We have to really lean out of the commentary position, but it's Colm Daly, the wing back over there, putting the ball on the ground, the Dora Bearfield clubman, and he's a bright orange grip on his hurley as he's placing that ball down. And now he's surveying his options out the field, having a look to see if there's anything on. We can't see the town of Ennis around Cusack Park here, as there has been an off the ball incident there. Joe Dwyer is on the ground. I'm not sure if you saw anything there, Philip. I was too busy looking at the grip of Colm Daly's hurley. But the referee having a word with his umpire, or with his linesman there.
I'd say there wasn't a whole pile in and out, to be honest, either, but it takes 2 to tango.
So referee Thomas Walsh having a word with his linesman, and let's see if anything comes of this. Owen Dohan is trying to gesture that there was a hurley flick on Joe Dwyer, and the referee doesn't look all too interested. He's not calling anyone over. I think he's telling Joe Dwyer you have to go off the field for physio treatment, so he's going to have to go off. It doesn't look like anything is going to come from that. So line ball to come now for Colm Daly. Mentioned he's inside his own 14, so it can often be a tricky position, but they do have a numerical advantage now, and he gets a really good line ball. It's going to go all the way to the middle of the field. 2 Nenagh men are there. Darrow Dwyer gives Hugo Healy a shout to leave it, and Hugo Healy launched it into the full forward line, but it's 2v1 in there for Patrick Hackett, and the fullback Sean McNamara has it, but it's held up really well by Hackett. He just managed to get the hand pass away in time as far as number 5 Dara Ball Our ball plays it long now, and Cormac Kennedy gets a shoulder borderline push on the back on his man as he was trying to rise the ball. But Thomas Walsh is going to let these two teams have at it here in this Harty Cup final in Ennis, and it's Flannans who win that ball in the middle of the field. Hand pass goes back now towards Patrick Finneran, the centre back. Good vision by him to spot hit the wing back on the far side of the field. This near side is Colin Daly. He's going to open up his shoulders from his own 65. It's going to be landing dangerously around the edge of the square. About 4 bodies go up for it. The ball is knocked to the ground. It's still there though, and Shane Cleary pokes at it, gets it away from danger, and does really well for a finish to get it away as far as Hugo Healy. Healy opens up his shoulders now and goes long looking for Owen Duhan. It breaks in over his head. He's got number 2 all over him there, and that is Connor Hill. And Flannans have won this ball back, and they send it forward now through the hands towards number 9 Isaac Hassett inside the 65. He's going to have a goal from distance. It's a really fine score from Isaac Hassett as he extends Flannan's lead here now to 2 points. 5 points playing 3, 12 minutes gone.
Flannan's half forward line are moving very far back the field, and I'm not sure if Nenagh know what to do with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Leaving a lot of space inside in that full forward line.
And the puck outs are going short to Cormac Kennedy over on the far side of the field. The cornerback does well to open up a little bit of space, gets it off to his clubmate Shane Cleary, and Shane Cleary drives it down the line. A nice bouncing ball in front of Paul Cahalan. He just had it in his possession and then lost it, and is he going to lose out in possession? He's working hard to try and win it back, as is Austin Duff, but Flannans have certainly been the more crisp of teams here as Rory Ralph sends one heading towards the post, and that one has gone to the right and wide, a 4th wide of this first half for Flannans. And Nenagh really need to get some primary possession in the forward line. It's a lovely puck out though from Paddy McCormack to find Darragh O'Dwyer on the 65. Hurley pass goes short to Emmett Jones. Jones surveying his options, and he's going to go long and lump it into the full forward line and hope something can come of it. It almost breaks for Joe O'Dwyer, but he loses his footing, and holding him up well in the tackle there is Patrick Hackett. But Flannans go through the hands and give it back to goalkeeper Leon Talsey, who takes the maximum amount of time before getting it away in time. And this ball goes long down on top of Darragh O'Dwyer, who does really well on the ruck balls to get it off his man, but now he can't quite get it off the surface. A heavy shoulder comes in there, and now O'Dwyer is down on his knees, can't get it off the ground. Darragh McNamara is there for Flannans to try and win it. It's inside the 45 of Nenagh CBS. Referee Thomas Walsh is having a good look at it. The ball now is bouncing around, and it's been touched on the ground, has it? And it is going to be a free in for Flannans, and Hugo Healy is the guilty party according to the referee, but judging by the reaction of the Killer One man, he is not in agreement with Thomas Walsh that ball was picked up off the ground.
Look, I think Nenagh just needs to get the grip here now a small bit. It's all Flannans their last few minutes, allowing them to shoot from a scoreable distance, but the ball needs to be better going into that full forward line as well. They're giving Joe O'Dwyer no chance inside, or even Patrick Hackett.
So this is a free coming for Harry Doherty, central position inside the 45. This should be bread and butter for him, and he sends it high, and it's over the bar and over the back of the terrace there for Harry Doherty, his second of the day, as the scoreboard now reads 6 points playing 3, 14 and a half minutes gone here as Paddy McCormack sends his puck out long. He's looking for Patrick Hackett, and underneath that ball is Patrick Ryan, and Ryan almost had it in his hands, but it's just been that sort of first 15 minutes for Nenagh where the ball isn't quite sticking, and Flannans are moving much better now as they send another ball into the full forward line, and the danger man is there, Darragh McNamara. What a touch that is. His hand pass goes away to Thomas O'Connor. It could be a goal chance here for Flannans, and it's a heavy foul there by Emmett Jones. It is going to come back for a 21-yard free. If this was senior inter-county, you'd be looking at black card territory, and Emmett Jones was taking no risk whatsoever, but you can see the danger in there, Philip, at that full forward line.
Look, I think professional foul, I think we call it. I think it had to happen there, to be honest. Your man was going to get a shot off, and Jesus, it was good out of Emmett Jones now to take it. Yeah,
he really didn't think twice. He just wrapped up Thomas O'Connor and brought him down. But Nenagh will be a little bit worried how they've started this game. The first quarter has been all Flannans, and Flannans are about to push their lead up to 4 points. Harry Doherty has this free on the 21-yard line. And in all honesty, it could be a couple more. They've hit a few wides, but Harry Doherty has put that ball over the bar for his third of the game. 7 points playing 3, 15 and a half minutes gone here. Let's see, can we get a response from Nenagh CBS? So Paddy McCormack is surveying his options. Nothing on short, so he has to open up the shoulders and drive it long. Central. right down the pipe now as it's knocked to the ground. Austin Duff trying to get onto the breaking ball. Breaking onto it now is Patrick Ryan. He's been on a lot of ball for Nenagh. He's running down a blind alley. He's been pulled back, has he? No, says the referee. It looked like his spare hand was pulled there as he was trying to get that ball away, but Flannans have it and they've sent it long into the full forward line again. It's big Thomas O'Connor who has it again for Flannans. He hits it over his shoulder, he hits it high, and he hits it over the bar. Nenagh can't come to grips with that full forward line at the minute, and Thomas Connor has got another one, 8 points to 3.
Yeah, and again, that's all coming down to Flannan dropping away back the field and then just flooding the ball up. And in fairness to the big man inside, he's holding on to it.
Puck out goes long now, and it's broken in behind towards Patrick Ryan. Surveying his options, plays it short to Austin Duff. Now Austin Duff looking to just poke one over the bar, and he does it really, really well. A lovely score from the Toomey Vara man. Was a goal scorer in the Harty Cup final in 2024. He's a point to his name now, and Nenagh definitely needed that, 8 points to 4.
There's a change there. Owen Dunn's actually been pushed into the full forward line. Ref bringing Patrick Hackett out. Maybe his option for that puck out.
Puck out goes very high from goalkeeper Leon Talty. Going to be landing around the Nenagh 65. It breaks in over the head of Harry Doherty, and Darrow Dwyer wins it now. A nice ball played low in front of Owen Dillon, trying to get it out in front of his man. He's been really well marshalled and borderline fouled there by Conor Hill, but it's been won in the middle of the field by Éanna Tucker. Hand pass goes back to Hugo Healy. Hugo Healy now taking it on down the sideline. He's got 2 or 3 Flannan's men on him. He's trying to win a free, gets a hand pass back out. It's been intercepted on the sideline. It's still there though as Owen Dillon tries to win it, and has that gone out over the sideline. The linesman is right there. Owen Dillon has won it and done really well. Hand pass it infield to Patrick Ryan, who's pulled back, and it's a foul, and it's a free in for Nenagh CBS. And they really have had to work hard to earn these frees in this first 17 and a half minutes.
Fairness, Flannan's very physical today.
Yeah.
Their tackling has been definitely superior to Nenagh CBS's. But look, I think Nenagh are just taking the ball into contact. Maybe that's small bit too much. Taking a small bit too much out of that ball.
Yeah. So it is going to be a free for Owen Dillon, and the referee is telling him exactly where it is, and it's going to be a more favourable free than where Owen Dillon thought it was. So it's going to be halfway between the 45 and 65, closer to the 45, and kind of halfway between the middle of the field and us here on the near side. So we're looking down to our right hand side as Owen Dillon lines up this free, and we have 18 minutes 18 seconds gone. It's Flannan's 8 points. It is Nenagh CBS 4, and here goes Owen Dillon now as he begins his rise, strikes through it, and it's straight over the bar. A real good strike from the Moneygall man, as Nenagh now 5 points, Flannan's 8. And on a day like today, Philip, you need all those frees to be going over the bar.
Yeah, like Nenagh haven't even settled into the game yet, and they're only 3 points behind, so look, it's a very positive position to be in.
So Leon Talty, the goalkeeper, goes long. Austin Duff is underneath it for Nenagh, bats it down, but bats it straight down to his marker on that occasion, Patrick Finneran, and he goes back the field. Flannan's really good at working that extra body around that middle third, and they send it long now. A nice ball in front of Darragh McNamara. He's got some classy scores already, and he has the ball back in his hands. He's just lost his footing. He's been well marshalled there at the minute by Diarmuid Fogarty, and the Killadangan man has won it back off him and sends the ball long. And Joe Dwyer not really expecting that. He's in a sprint out to the ball, and he's trying to get it in front of his man, and he's in around the back of him now. Joe Dwyer cuts inside. He's lost his hurley, and he's won a free, and that is brilliant stuff by Joe Dwyer. He had about a 30% chance of winning that ball when it was played into him. Stayed with his man, won the ball back off him, and was fouled on the 21. And that's the kind of work rate that is really, really pleasing for a management team to see.
Really, really good. And I suppose he was disappointed after his performance last day, so definitely good to get that for him, and I suppose hopefully now he gets a score or two on the board as well.
And brilliant stuff from Diarmuid Fogarty at the back to win it back off Darragh McNamara. And now it's Owen Dillon on the 21, and Owen Dillon converts that free. So two quick points for Nenagh, and it's back to a 2-point game. 19 minutes 48 seconds gone. It is 8 points playing 6 as we look down to the right hand side, where Leon Talty, the goalkeeper, he's a lovely striker of the ball. He's going to float that one out to the wing back position at ease, and it's a good ball now, and Flannan's look to work it through the lines. Number 4 has it there. That is Darragh Murray. Gives it off. A lovely hand pass, a lovely running game from Flannan's, and they're going to get a shot off. Is it an accurate one? It is going to hit the post and go in over the bar. A brilliant score from distance. It looks like it was James Cullinan over there. Was it number 8 actually? It was Graham Ball, and that's his first score of the day. 9 points playing 6, and a fine worked score there from St. Flannan's. Puck out goes long now. Patrick Hackett underneath it in the centre forward position, breaks over his head, but Flannan's just have the extra bodies around that patch of the field, and they're making it count now as Owen O'Connor gives the quick 1-2 and goes back on the run, eyes up down the field as he looks to play a ball across, and it's a good ball to another man, and he's continued his run. Owen O'Connor, he's up inside the edge of the D now. This spells danger for Nenagh CBS. He's losing his footing as he strikes, and it is going to go to the left and wide. He was just knocked off balance as he was trying to break the tackle and couldn't recover, and hits that ball wide. 9 points playing 6, but Flannan's looking really dangerous moving through the lines, Philip.
Yeah, they're playing it both ways. They're able to play it in long, and that was excellent play from around the middle of the field.
It's a real high quality hurling match now as it's Darragh Dwyer in possession of the ball for Nenagh. He's under pressure though, and he gets the ball knocked off his hurley, but flicks it forward again to try and win it back. But Darragh McNamara has it now. That corner forward with the red helmet sends a bit of a hopeful effort into the middle of the field. 2 Nenagh men are underneath it. One of them is Austin Duff. He has it now as he breaks through the tackle and sends this high into the edge of the square. Owen Duhan is in there. Owen Duhan knocks it down to himself. Owen Duhan has it now over the shoulder looking for the point. That's a brilliant score from the Money goal man, his first from play. And when he's at the edge of the square, it's danger for Flannan's. 9 points playing 7. Nenagh keeping in touch.
Yeah, he'll take it anyway. He can get inside, to be honest. He's a talisman.
So 9 points playing 7 now is what the scoreboard reads. It's Flannan's in the lead by 2. And your coverage here on Tipp FM is with thanks to REA Eoin Dillon in Nenagh. Puck out to come by Leon Talsey now in the blue jersey with the blue shorts. He sends it long. Johnny Grace is underneath it for Nenagh CBS. Deflects off him back the field towards Darragh O'Dwyer. He's been on an awful lot of ball. Hand pass goes off to Shane Cleary, always eager to be involved in the play as he brings it out on his left hand side and sends one long down the line looking for Owen Duhan. Duhan touches out in front of himself, has it in his possession. He's got 2 men on him. He's going to take them all on down the sideline. He's going to go for what would be an absolute wonder score if he could get it. Owen Duhan, what a score. That is 2 men on him on the sideline off his left hand side. That is really, really top level stuff, and it's back to a 1 point game.
Looks like he's really after settling into the game there in the past few moments, Paul.
That was outrageous by Duhan, and it's really ignited the crowd over on that far side of the field. So 9 points playing 8, just under 23 minutes gone as Talsey goes long with the puck out straight down the pipe. Austin Duff is underneath it for Nenagh, gives Patrick Finneran a push in the back. Referee doesn't see it, but Thomas O'Connor has it now for Flannan's, plays it forward to Rory Ralph crossing the 21, and Ralph now is held up in the tackle and forced back out the field by Johnny Grace. It's a good pass back out to Owen O'Connor. He's going to get a shot away in his left, and that looks like it is an accurate one from Owen O'Connor. That is all of the full forward line now for Flannan's on the score sheet, and it is 10 points playing 8, 23 minutes gone, and Flannan's getting the scores that little bit easier at the minute, Philip.
I'd be slightly concerned there, Paul. Just that ball is going in, and we seem to have an extra man back, and they're still winning the ball and doing more damage with it, but hopefully we get to grips with it soon.
Puck out goes long looking for Patrick Ryan. Austin Duff working hard to try and stop his man from getting it in his possession, but it's been taken by Graham Ball. And now Flannan's send this ball long into the half forward position. Shane Cleary is out in front of his man, does well to flick it away too far as far as Hugo Healy. Hugo on his own 65 gives it long looking for Owen Duhan. He's out in front of his man again. He has it in his possession. He got one from the sideline on the left. Now he's going for one on the right. This one's going to land on the square. The goalkeeper lets it bounce and takes it, and is going to play a nice short ball out to the centre back, James Cullinan. Cullinan now is going to open up his shoulders and drive this ball long into the centre forward position. Shane Cleary is underneath it for Nenagh CBS. Touched it but almost lost his footing and left the ball behind him, but he does well to recover and stop the Flannan's man from getting it, and Cleary has won it back now, breaks out through the tackle, trying to get a hand pass away if he can. He's under pressure and has to flick it over someone's head, and does really, really well to get it as far as Emmett Jones, and gives it back now to Patrick Hassett. Hassett on his left hand side is going to go for the point. It's going to be landing around the edge of the square. Joe Dwyer is in there. Joe Dwyer, has he been pulled back? No, says the referee. The ball is still there though. Can Nenagh somehow win it back? Oh, it's still there. It's flicked out and kicked away from the goals out towards the side, and James Cullinan is going to get it. Very physical defending back there from Flannan's, and they've kept out that goal threat, and now the ball is sent long, and in possession of it now is Cormac Kendi. He just loses it, leaves it behind him. Players starting to lose their footing there now as Owen O'Connor gets a hand pass away, and it's going to go out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball out for Nenagh CBS, and Joe Dwyer certainly handled in that full forward line when that ball came in.
I said it already. I don't think anyone's going to get it too easy, especially in that full forward line today.
And Joe Dwyer helmet off now, been tended to by his clubmate Keane MacDonald, the physio. So it's going to be a stoppage in the play, but it is going to be another Burgess man. It's Johnny Grace over on the far side of the field for Nenagh CBS, ready to take this line ball. So Joe Dwyer going to have to come off. Looks like maybe a little bit of blood perhaps, so he's going to have to come off momentarily. And Keane MacDonald, the physio, letting the referee know as well. And referee Thomas Walsh is going to just signal a blood sub. So number 17 is going to come on. That is Tom Boland. Tom Boland, coming from the Killadangan club, is going to go into that full forward line for the next few minutes. Yellow helmet on him with the white sleeves. White body warmer on underneath. It's a good line ball from Johnny Grace down the line. It's broken in behind Éanna Tucker, and Flannans have it now on their own 45. And it's a lovely block from Patrick Hassett. It's going to fall now to Paul Cahallan. Paul Cahallan from the 45. He's hooked. It's going to land dangerously towards the man who's just on the field. Tom Boland knocks it to the ground. Flannans have bodies back there, and they're just going to be able to get that ball away. And they're going to do so through number 5, who's just been nicked by Tom Boland, who's done it well since he's come on, and Paul Callan is in there trying to win it back. The ball is still on the ground in the corner back position for Flannans as they try to work it out, and Boland has got a block and he's won the ball back. This is an incredible cameo since he's come on, and now it's going to be Éanna Tucker from the sideline. It's a speculative effort. It's across the face of the goals and wide, just a third wide of the first half for Nenagh. But Tom Boland certainly making his presence felt. 10 points to 8 Flannan's lead.
Really has. He's a really physical player, so he's still underage for this again next year.
So now we have another blood substitution. This time it is for Flannan's, and it looks like it is Dara Ball. Their wing back is going to have to run off the field. So Brendan Bugler, former Clare hurler, involved in the Clare management team, is a teacher in Flannan's, and he's directing the traffic down below us as he's sprung their number 17. That's John Barry, a minor last year. As we see number 5 down below us, that is Dara Ball, just a very bloody nose as he's coming off, and it's going to be 10-2. But on comes number 17, John Barry. He scored a goal against Nenagh in this Harty Cup campaign in round 1 in the group stages when it was a draw inside an LIT or TUS Moylish campus in Limerick, as his puck out is sent long. 10 points playing 8, 27.5 gone. Flannan's lead by 2. Puck out goes long, and Nenagh have won it back, and Patrick Ryan goes on the run, and he's tripped up by number 7. And he was kind of gone there, and that has frustrated the Nenagh management team because he was leaving Colm Daly for dead there, Patrick Ryan. But it's going to have to come back out for a free now, and the free will be outside the 65, out near the sideline, so it's not going to be a handy one for Owen Duhan. And he's all the way coming out, hugging his left arm is Conor Hill, the man who's marking Owen Duhan. And now we see Dara Ball come back onto the field, and he's the man who went off with the bloody nose, so that's been patched up. Tom Boland is still on the field. I'm not sure if Joe Dwyer is going to return. We can't see him on the sideline at the minute. Tom Boland is staying in there in that full forward line, and Owen Duhan is just tying his lace. That's why he hasn't taken this free yet. And off comes number 17, John Barry, likely to see him again. So here comes this free for Owen Duhan. Outside the 65, just down below us now to the right hand side, and looking to reduce it to the minimum. 28.5 minutes gone. Flannan's 10. It is St. Joseph's Nenagh 8 points. Here's their captain. He scored 5 points already, Owen Duhan, and now he lifts it, strikes it, and it's heading between the posts. A brilliant free from Owen Duhan. We mentioned the importance of those frees, and it's keeping Nenagh in touch at the minute. 10 points playing 9, 29 minutes to go. A big couple of minutes now, Philip, before half time.
Yeah, the quality of the game has been so good. You can't get over it.
Puck out going long now. An awful lot of inter-county underage stars on the field as Hugo Healy plays this ball forward, and looks like he might have been chopped there, but number 2 Conor Hill has won the ball back for Flannan's, but he's under pressure now. He's got 3 Nenagh men on him, and one of them is Hugo Healy, and Hugo has won it back. He's surely fouled. He's won an advantage. Patrick Hassett is going to try and level the game. Hack it off his left hand side. The Toomey Vara man levels things up in this Harty Cup final with 29.5 minutes gone, 10 points apiece. And Philip, I think Nenagh will be delighted that they're in this position. Level game, 2 minutes of additional time to come now. Yeah,
and I think more of that from Nenagh now. There's 3 of them hunting down in packs there and got the turnover and score. Excellent.
Leon Talty goes long with the puck out. Johnny Grace got something on that, but it's gone in behind him now as far as Owen O'Connor. The number 13 has it now on the 45, cuts in field, pops a hand pass off to number 8 there. That's Ball. Ball gives it back to O'Connor, but he didn't feel the presence of Austin Duff there, and Austin Duff wins a big free, and you can feel the momentum starting to shift now for Nenagh CBS. The work rate has gone up that little bit, and they've won a couple of frees through sheer determination in the last few minutes, and now a long range free is going to be coming from goalkeeper Paddy McCormack. He scored a couple of points in this year's Harty Cup already, And can he send Nenagh into the lead? We're 30 seconds into the 2 additional minutes to come in this first half. And a long-range free coming now for Paddy McCormack. Central position, halfway between his own 45 and 65. He's looking to orchestrate traffic, and he is going to hit one long down towards his clubmate Owen Dillon. And it's just going to go in over the head of one of the defenders there, Colm Daly. The ball is stuck on the ground now on the 21. Dillon and Boland is in there, and Dillon has it. Dillon from the sideline, off his left-hand side, off his right-hand side, over his left shoulder. What a score from Owen Dillon. He got one from the far sideline. Now he's got one from the near sideline. And Nenagh CBS lead this game by 1. We've 1 more minute to go. And the puck out is taken already over on the far side of the field as Flannan's tried to get a response before half-time. They go well through the hands and get it off to Daraball, the wing-back. He sends it long now into the full forward line. There's a race for possession. It's been won by a Flannan's man. Darren McCarthy coming along the arc. He has the ball knocked off his hurley brilliantly by Shane Cleary. And now Austin Duff has won it back for Nenagh CBS. Puts the ball on his hurley. Gives it back to Shane Cleary. Cleary now looking to float one into the forward line. Not a great ball, but Nenagh will work hard to try and keep it up there. But Flannan's come out with possession, but Shane Cleary has intercepted that pass in the middle of the field. Plays it back now to Emmett Jones. Not a favourable ball, bounced awkwardly, so Jones has to retreat to get it, and now he just opens the shoulders and sends it long. He's looking for Tom Boland, and the referee has judged that Tom Boland fouled his man. It was 6 of one and half a dozen of another. They were both holding each other as that ball came in, but the free has gone against Tom Boland, who has stayed on the field in place of Joe Dwyer, so that might just be a temporary or a permanent substitution at this point. But we have the 2 additional minutes played now, so it's all up to referee Thomas Walsh whether to blow his half-time whistle or not. 11 points playing 10. Nenagh lead by 1. James Cullinan sends it long into the Nenagh half back line. Shane Cleary's underneath it. It bounces off to Rory Ralph. He's fouled. Flannans are going to get a free, but they might go for more. They're going to go for the shot. It is going to go wide. It's going to come back for the free, and they'll have the chance to level the game with the last puck of the first half. So, Philip, it's been an end-to-end game. You felt like Flannans were on top, but Nenagh certainly in the last 7 or 8 minutes have upped it to another level compared to what we saw in the first 20.
Yeah, and I suppose the difference there really was a small bit of composure in the first 15 or 20 minutes. Flannans, I suppose, probably settled into it a small bit better after playing here 2 weeks ago as well, so that could have played into that. But look, it's great to see Nenagh after settling into it, and realistically probably should be maybe a point or 2 ahead now at this stage, but no, Owen Dillon is really leading up the front there.
Yeah, he's been the main man. 7 points for him here so far today, and we've a point each for Darrow Dwyer, Austin Duff, Patrick Ryan and Patrick Hackett. But here is Harry Doherty going to take this free now, halfway between the 45 and 21, and just about 15 yards in from the sideline over on the far side of the field. And if he's 15 yards in from the sideline, he's only about 25 yards in from a huge group of Nenagh CBS supporters, trying their best to make this as difficult as possible for Doherty. He's an All-Ireland minor winner with Clare a couple of years ago, and he's put that ball over the bar for what is his 4th point of this first half. We're 11 points apiece, and that is going to be that for the first half. It's Nenagh CBS 11 points. It's St. Flannan's College 11 points. They were a draw when they played each other in the group stages, and Philip, it's gone around the form lines, and people expected a close game here today, and that's exactly how it's played out so far.
Yeah, an excellent game too, as we said already. The quality of the 2 teams and the work rate of the 2 teams is really showing like the Dr. Harty Cup competition is above a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a really, really historical competition as well, and the aristocrats of this competition really are St. Flannan's College Ennis. 22 titles to their name. Nenagh CBS with just 1 title to their name, looking to double that here today, but at the half-time break it is 11 points apiece. We're going to take a quick ad break here on Tipp FM. We'll have half-time analysis after these. And you're very welcome back to Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg in Ennis. It is half-time of the Dr. Harty Cup final, and we are level at the break. Nenagh CBS 11 points, St. Flannan's College Ennis 11 points. Paul Carroll with Philip Hickey alongside me, and Philip talking during that ad break there off air. Very kind of tense first half, high quality, but you can feel the tension of a Harty Cup final here.
Yeah, and like that goes back to what we said there about Flannan's maybe settling in a small bit better, and like again just back to that playing at Cusack Park maybe last weekend, that might have got him off to a better start, but still it's both have their poker faces on at the moment. Still neither team have really shown what they can really do either.
it's almost like heavyweight boxers feeling each other out for the first couple of rounds before they'll start swinging in the later rounds. But throughout the field, we mentioned Flannan's experience they have. Of course, they lost the final last year against Harty CBS, and 7 or 8 of those lads are still on the team this year. And if you also look at inter-county experience on this Flannan's team, 11 of their starting 15 have played minor for Clare in the last couple of years, and Harry Doherty was a part of their under-20 team last year as well. They also have 3 last year minors who played minor last year with Clare on the bench today, do Flannan, so they have options, and they've been involved in plenty of close games. Nenagh CBS, of course, came through a very close game up against Templederry to get here in the semi-final, so they'll be used to this kind of occasion as well. But I suppose if you're looking at it a Nenagh point of view, Eoin Dillon has kind of lived up to the billing. He's got some fantastic scores off his left, off his right, both sides of the field. He's kind of been billed as the man that if Nenagh are going to win it today, he's going to have a good game, and so far he is having a good game out there, Philip.
Yeah, and look, he was very quiet to get into it at the start, and they made a bit of a change because we weren't winning puckouts. They brought out Patrick Hackett out to the half forward line and put Owen inside, and it seems to have settled the team a small bit there. As you said, he got one from the far side and he got one at the close side here. So hopefully, look, it'll be interesting to see now what way they're going to set up when they come back out after half time. Is Owen going to go back out to that forward line and Patrick go back in? I suppose we just have to wait and see. Yeah,
there's options there, as we mentioned, a versatile Nenagh CBS team. We have had one change. It was a temporary substitution at the time. It was number 17, Tom Boland, who come on for Joe Dwyer, who went off with what looked like a head injury. Seemed to be a bit of blood as he was coming off. We didn't see him return yet, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that for the second half. But yeah, it's been a tense game. You feel Austin Duff warmed up into that game as it went on, as did Shane Cleary. Darrow Dwyer has been handy back there as well, but you're still kind of waiting for that kind of eruption of life of the game to really open up, and you could maybe need a goal or something for that to happen.
Yeah, he took the words of him out there. I think a goal now for either team, hopefully Nenagh, but I think it's set to place a light here. Even the supporters here, might be able to hear them in the background. They're not as loud as they may have normally been. They're nearly as nervous as the players are at the moment, but no, look, the quality has been so good, and I suppose again back to like the tackling has been so good here today, and the two teams are really, really well coached in their tackling, and it's great to see, but I suppose it just took Nenagh a small bit longer to get back into that. Yeah, particularly Flannan's lads very disciplined in their tackling, and Nenagh started to swarm tackle towards the end of that half. So I'd imagine in the dressing room down below is Philip, Mark Jenry, Donald O'Donnell, all the Nenagh management team will be saying, lads, we didn't hurl for the first 20 minutes of that half, and we're going in at the break level that we've so much more to give in the second half. Yeah, and I think it might even need to come from the management there. There's so many leaders on that Nenagh team, and just from being a part of them 2 years ago with the Dean Ryan, like Eoin Dillon doesn't even need to speak there. Like, he just leads by example. Like, I know Billy O'Brien's not playing today, but he'll play a massive part there at half time, and just he'll really rally the troops there now before they come out. So look, I don't think Nenagh are going to be too worried about it. They haven't hurled really yet, bar 1 or 2, and they're just definitely in this game. Yeah, and before we head to an ad break, worth mentioning on this broadcast, of course, a lot of these St. Flannan's College players playing with a bit of grief on their minds as well. Their fifth-year student, TJ Chambers, who was full-back on their Dean Ryan Cup team this year, was killed in a tragic farming accident before the new year, just around Christmas time. He was in fifth year. I'm sure he would have been great friends with a lot of these St. Flannan's College Ennis players here today, so that's something I'm sure they're carrying with them into today's final. So a real difficult time for those players on the passing of TJ Chambers, a Ballyea clubman, a couple of Ballyea men on the field here for St. Flannan's College Ennis. So that is certainly something worth mentioning here on this broadcast. But it is half-time of the Dr. Harty Cup final in 2026, and we are all square. Nenagh CBS 11 points, St. Flannan's College Ennis 11 points. We'll take a quick ad break and we'll have the second half live after these. And you're very welcome back to Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg. Paul Carroll with Philip Hickey alongside me. Half-time of the 2026 Dr. Harty Cup final, and we are all square. 11 points for Nenagh CBS, 11 points for St. Flannan's College Ennis. Referee Thomas Walsh of Waterford is back onto the field with his officials, and we await the arrival now of both teams. Huge second half to come now. Harty Cup final. They're often won in the second half, and they're often very, very close games. And Tipperary, remember, going for 3 in a row. We had Cashel, we had Nenagh, and we had Thurles last year, and 4 in a row now, I should say.
and Tipperary schools have never won 4 in a row. So that's another little slice of history that Nenagh are looking for as well. For St. Flannan's College Ennis, I mentioned their 22 Harty Cup titles throughout their history, but only 2 since they stopped being a boarding school back in 2005. I think they won it in 2005 against Thurles, and then they won it in 2020 against CBC of Cork. So they're looking for what would be a 23rd title, as they're competing in their 42nd final here today. So certainly nothing new for this school in terms of Harty Cup finals. For Nenagh CBS, it is a 6th Harty Cup final appearance today, and they're looking for a 2nd win in a final. So huge second half to come. The pipe band is still out in the field, and there is that tension in the air all around Ennis, ready for this second half, and it's going to be a big one. Philip, oftentimes big finals second halves are won by the players on the bench. Who would you be kind of looking at that could come onto this Nenagh CBS team in the second half and make an impact?
Yeah, I suppose, look, Tom Boland's after coming on already. He's probably coming on a small bit earlier than maybe he'd be used to, and you see already the impact he made with his hard work rate. I was just looking on there quickly, like Rian McGrath came on the last day, he made a massive impact.
Yeah.
After that, then I suppose you could pick anyone. Like you have James Heffernan that come on around midfield, or even in the backs there if they were under pressure, or Daniel McKelvey as well.
Yeah.
You know, there is options there if Nenagh do need to make the changes.
So on comes Nenagh onto the field. Number 17 Tom Boland has stayed out there, but number 15 Joe Dwyer has re-emerged as well. So Nenagh have made a change out there, and Philip, you're looking for to see who exactly it is. I'm trying to see, is Aina Tucker out there? It looks like it might be Aina Tucker who has departed. So the goal scorer in the semi-final, the 16-year-old, looks like he's being replaced by Tom Boland. And I suppose you mentioned Tom Boland's kind of physicality, and we saw a glimpse of that in the first half as well when he was on as a blood sub.
Yeah, a real honest player, Tom Boland, and he really come into his own at the start of this year. So hopefully now a few balls stick and he gets settled into the game.
Well, here comes St. Flannan's as they run down through the tunnel with their substitutes tapping them on the back, lined up either side of the tunnel as they emerge out. So we're ready to go now. Second half of the 2026 Dr. Harty Cup final. Will it be staying in Tipperary? Will it be going back to Nenagh? Or will it be staying right here in Ennis? We will find out in the next half an hour. Nenagh going to be playing from right to left as we look out. They're going to be playing into the town, or into the end down to our left hand side, where they were playing in when Andy Hoolan's goal went in late on in that final 2 years ago. Let's see what they can do this year. Here's Patrick Hassett on the attack, sends it long into the full forward line, bouncing in front of Owen Dillon. He has it now, he's in around the back, he's got a couple of men on him, he's trying to get a pass away, he's trying to get a shot away, and his shot has gone high and wide. He was under serious pressure as he was getting that ball away, but a dangerous ball into him, and he took it really well, Philip.
Really well. Look, if that shows what's going to happen from here on in, I think it's a good omen.
So puck out goes long. Johnny Grace bats it down. A strong bat goes about 20 yards back the field, but unfortunately straight to Flannan's midfielder Graham Ball. He sends a ball into the full forward line. Emmett Jones does really well to cut that out, gives it back to Darrow Dwyer. He sends it long, looking for Owen Dillon, who's got number 2 Conor Hill all over him, and it was Dillon who fouls Conor Hill, and number 7 Colm Daly comes over to say something in the ear of Owen Dillon. It is going to be a free out now for Flannan's, and it is number 5 Dara Ball taking this. He sends this long, looking for that dangerous full forward Thomas O'Connor. He's got 2 men on him. There's a bit of wrestling going on over on the far side of the field, and the referee is just going to let them at it as the breaking ball goes off to Austin Duff. Austin Duff sends this high into the half forward line, but it's straight towards number 8 Graham Ball. So poor use of the ball by both sides early on, but now it's a nice ball sent in towards a very dangerous man, and it's Dara McNamara who catches it out in front of Diarmuid Fogarty. He's in around the back of him now, and he flicks it over the bar, and what a score that is from Dara McNamara. Everything he does just has that little bit of class about it, and that's a really, really fine score to put Flannan's back into the lead, 12 points to 1. Puck out goes short now to the right corner back position, and it's towards number 4 over there is Cormac Kennedy. He sends it long down the line looking for Shane Cleary, and it's broken in behind towards Austin Duff, and Paul Cahallan over there holds it up in the tackle, and it's been kicked forward, and it might break towards Patrick Hackett, and a slide tackle comes in there by the Flannan's man, and he somehow has his hands out to the referee, but that'd be a free in the Premier League, never mind the Dr. Harty Cup, and just comes sliding in to try and get the ball before Patrick Hackett, and it's going to be a free in now for Owen Dillon on the 45. He's still protesting with the referee over there, Philip.
Look, if it was a greasy day, you might say something, he might get away with it. But
yeah,
on a day like today, there's no bit of wet in the ground at all,
so
you're not going to get away with that.
It is going to be on the 45. maybe a yard outside it. It is Eoin Dillon looking to level things up now. And central enough position. Let's see, can he do it? Nenagh playing from right to left as we look out on the field. Black jerseys, black shorts, and the white jerseys, white shorts with the short blue sleeves is St. Flannan's. Dillon hits that towards the group of Flannan supporters behind the goals, and he puts it between the posts and over the bar. 8 points on the day for Eoin Dillon, and we're level once again at 12 points apiece. Puck out from Leon Talty, goes to the wing back. It's a real risky one, and now Nenagh have bodies there, and Nenagh have won it back, but illegally so, says the referee. So it is going to be a free out, and Tom Boland was all over that ball, but just a little bit too over eager, and it is going to be a free out for Flannan's. Right down below us now to the left hand side on the 45. Looks like it is James Cullinan, is it, down below us taking it? Yeah, joint captain. Lifts the ball, sends it long to the far 21. Shane Cleary bats it down for Nenagh CBS, trying to get it as far as Hugo Healy. The ball is stuck on the 40-metre arc, central position around the 45 as Shane Cleary kicks it forward once more. Hugo Healy underneath it and has it back now as far as Emmett Jones. Plays an out ball now as far as Patrick Hackett. Hackett now sending it long into the full forward line, looking for Eoin Dillon, and Dillon has freed himself from Conor Hill, and Dillon has it now, gives it off to Joe O'Dwyer out on the sideline. Will be some score if O'Dwyer can get it, and Joe O'Dwyer out on the sideline sends Nenagh CBS into the lead. 13 points playing 12 now. What a score that was from Joe O'Dwyer.
First score of the year from Joe, so now here we're on.
Puck out goes long now, down on top of Rory Ralph, and Johnny Grace gets another bat on that. This time it goes to a Nenagh man. It's Patrick Hackett. Hackett sends it long looking for Joe O'Dwyer. Now O'Dwyer almost has it in around the back of his man now, and he's been fouled, and it's 2 good plays in a row from the corner forward. He's won a free on the 21, and that's a real sight for the Nenagh CBS sideline, because he's a player that if he can get into the game, he can cause damage. He scored a point, he's won a free, and Nenagh will look to possibly build their biggest lead of the day. They lead by 1 at the moment, and Eoin Dillon will have a free on the 21, albeit at an angle, but a chance to make the lead 2.
Yeah, the fist pump said it all there from Joe O'Dwyer. Then he's pumped up after coming out after half time.
Yeah, he missed kind of the last 10 minutes of the second half, or the first half really, with that blood substitution. So here comes this free from Eoin Dillon now. 13 points playing 12. We're just under 5 minutes gone in the second half. And here goes Dillon. And over the bar it goes from him, as you would expect. 9 points for him. Fair play to the Flannan's supporters behind the goals. They went quiet for Eoin Dillon. And we just have a Flannan's man down, receiving a bit of attention from the physio, so hopefully nothing too serious there, as he's just getting bandaged up a little bit, but he will probably have to leave the field now. Yeah, it is number 8 there, Graham Ball. He's just going to have to leave the field before he can re-emerge. So Flannan's will be with 14. It seems to be a kind of upper thigh bit of an injury for Graham Ball, but he's seems to be able to walk it off, and he should be able to continue. Leon Talty goes short with the puck out, and what a ball that is, as far as Dara Ball, the brother of Graham, who's off the field with that injury at the moment, and they work it through the hands as far as James Cullinan. Cullinan now puts the ball on the hurley, gets around Tom Boland, ball back on the hurley now, plays a short stick pass, and a short pass back it goes to Harry Doherty. He'll surely have a go from the 65. That looks good from here from Harry Doherty, and that's a brilliant score from the Flannan's talisman. 5 points on the day for him, and it's back to a 1 point game now, 6 minutes into the second half. CBS lead by 1, 14 points playing 13. Puck out short now over to Cormac Kennedy on the far side of the field, and the Killer One McDonough's man opens up the shoulders, drives it long. There's a run being made from the full forward line from Eoin Dillon. He gets a touch on it, pokes it to the ground, and loses his footing though, and tries to get a hand pass away, holds up his man in the tackle, and now it is going to be a free out for number 2, Conor Hill. And he's done well over there, but Eoin Dillon just lost his footing at the key moment.
Yeah, and he's doing really, really well. He's making some great runs there, and he's by himself a lot of the time. Just a bit unlucky there, lost his footing.
Yeah, just as he was circling around the 40-metre arc, just slipped, lost possession of the ball, and a foul went in there on the Flannan's corner forward, or corner back I should say. And there's a clash of the ash over there from Hugo Healy, and it is going to be a free in for Flannan's on the edge of the 40-metre arc, and a chance now for Harry Doherty to level the game. And it looks like Hugo Healy might be going into the book of referee Thomas Walsh.
A small bit over-eager as well. There was nothing really in it either.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that sounds worse than it was. You could hear the clash of the hurleys. And it looks like number 17, John Barry, is ready to come on down below us for St. Flannan's. but not just yet as Harry Doherty take this three, just a couple of yards inside the 40-metre arc. Bit of an angle on it now as he begins his routine 7 minutes 15 seconds into the second half here in Cusack Park, as the fog is lifted slightly and we can begin to see the houses around the pitch here in Ennis. And that's come high off the post, has it? And has gone wide there, so a real unforced error there by Harry Doherty. You'd be expecting him to score that all day long, but it has gone wide. We're seeing a substitution now, and that is John Barry. He's coming on for the midfielder Isaac Hassett. So Barry is one of those three players on the bench today for St. Flannan's who played minor with Clare last year, and he replaces the 16-year-old Isaac Hassett there down below us. So puck out to come from Paddy McCormick down to our right hand side, sends this long and high looking for Tom Boland, comes off his hand, it's going to break towards Patrick Finneran for Clare, puts the ball down on his hurley. In pursuit is Paul Cahalan, staying with him, forces him to hand pass, and it's a really good hand pass that sends Colm Daly away. The wing back now is up and he's trying to get a shot away, but what work rate that is from Patrick Ryan to force him backwards. Patrick Ryan trying to win the ball back, forces the loose shot, gets the hook, and it's going to break in as far as Dara O'Dwyer. But what a piece of defending that is from Patrick Ryan as Nenagh win it back and send it long, looking for Owen Dunn. He's out in front of two of them. He has it now on his left hand side. He sends it towards the post and he splits the post. Owen Dunn with 10 on the day in the Harty Cup final, as it's 15 points playing 13 now, and you're running out of things to say at this stage, Philip.
What a score. Patrick Ryan way back the field gets the hook in.
And puck out goes long, just comes off the tip of Patrick Hackett's hurley and running out of room over there. That ball is just going to stay in play as far as Owen O'Connor, and he takes an awful lot of steps as he hand passes it infield towards Patrick Finneran. The left-handed player now throws up a dummy, he puts it back on his hurley. He's going to go on a run to see what will happen. He is going to get a shot away, and it's a really, really good score by Patrick Finneran, his first of the day, as maybe now the team start to open up. 9 minutes into the second half, Nenagh lead by 1. So here comes the puck out down to our right hand side. In the black top and black pants is Paddy McCormick. Sends one into a bit of space there in front of Patrick Ryan, and Ryan has won it. He's been fouled a couple of times. He's playing with the advantage now. Referee is going to let the advantage play as Austin Duff is urged to go with the ball, and he is going to go. Is he going to get it back to Hackett? He is going to put it over the bar himself. Brilliant stuff from Austin Duff. Again, Patrick Ryan starting to really grow into this game, and that's a good thing for Nenagh. They lead by 2.
Yeah, Nenagh starting this half like Flannan started the first half, really after settling in there.
And the Flannan's management down below us having a bit of a board meeting about possible substitutions, while Thomas O'Connor has won a big puck out further in the centre forward position. He's going to have a go himself. This will be some score from O'Connor. It's going to be landing around the edge of the square. Paddy McCormick does well to bat it out to a defender there in Cormac Kennedy. He works it through the hands to Hugo Healy, and it goes off now to Dara O'Dwyer. He's going to put one in front of Austin Duff, who slides into the possession and gets the ball into his hand now. Gets a hand pass away to Tom Boland. Tom Boland sends it out to a bit of space on the far side of the field, but no one was going to that space, so Joe O'Dwyer has had to make a 70-yard sprint almost to try and win it back. He's put them under a little bit of pressure. Paul Callan goes in with the shoulder, and the referee is going to give a free out to St. Flannan's. There was a bit of a shoulder into the chest there from the Burgess half forward, so it is going to be a free out now coming for St. Flannan's.
Yeah, and just a small bit over eager again, I think, there out of Paul. I suppose he's probably a small bit frustrated. He'd like to be in the game a small bit more. Yeah,
he's haven't seen him much on the ball. He scored 310 in this championship. He's just got one shot away so far today, and that one was dropped short. Here is number 5, Dara Ball, taking this long range free. It's going to be landing in around the Nenagh 14-yard line. A lot of bodies up to it. The ball is on the ground. It's missed on the ground, and now it's flicked away by Cormac Kennedy, who gets a hand pass away as far as Johnny Grace. Grace now has it in his possession and is just going to send it down the field looking for Tom Boland. A heavy collision in the air between Tom and his marker, but Flannan's have it back through their joint captain James Cullinan, and now an attempt from distance from Dara Ball is going to be landing in around the edge of the square as well. 2 Nenagh men go up for it. It bounces again to Cormac Kennedy, who's reading those breaks quite well, gets it off to Shane Cleary, who has loads of time outside his own D, and launches this ball long, looking for Patrick Ryan now, who's gone into the full forward position, and he's going to hold up his man in the tackle, but Sean McNamara does well back there and retains possession for Flannan's. They're going to send it across. A dangerous ball, but it's a lovely ball, well taken there by the midfielder Graham Ball, held up by Tom Boland though. Tom Boland does well just to force a bit of an awkward pass away, but Owen O'Connor is there, but Tom Boland is still working hard to try and win this ball back. He's made life very awkward for these Flannan's half-backs, but he was outnumbered 4-1 there, as Patrick Hackett does really well to hold his man up in the tackle and force him into a loose clearance into that full forward line. Using his body really well there was Dara McNamara for Flannans, but couldn't win it back, and Emmett Jones tried to play it back to his goalkeeper, and he was blocked down by Dara McNamara, and it's going to be a 65 coming for Clare. And Dara McNamara has had a really, really fine game out there for Flannans. He's been scoring classy scores, and that time it was his work rate that has earned a 65 for Flannans. Now 16 points playing 14, 12 and a half minutes into the second half, and it is the lead for Nenagh CBS. And Donnacha O'Donnell and management are looking to young Rian McGrath, I think, to come onto the field, just 16 years of age, and looks like he's going to be introduced maybe after this. So another Killadangan man coming into the fray, perhaps, for Nenagh CBS. Here's Harry Doherty now, has the ball placed just about a foot outside the 65 as he goes through his free-taking routine. So CBS of Nenagh lead by 2, and here goes Harry Doherty. He's missed his last free. This is a much more difficult one, but he strikes this really, really well, and that has split the post from Harry Doherty. 6 on the day for the big number 10. And now we see that substitution. It is going to be Paul Cahallan leaving the field, and number 24, Rian McGrath, is coming on. Just didn't really happen out there for Paul Cahallan in terms of getting on the ball, and on comes a kind of different size profile, different player in Rian McGrath.
Yeah, it's I think it was Rian's first day out in the semi-final, and he made a massive difference, so there's no fear of him anyway. He's well able to mind himself.
And he's going straight into that full forward line. And let's see if he can make a difference. 13 and a half minutes into the second half here. It's 16 points playing 15, and the puck out is going to go short to Cormac Kennedy. He's going to play it short down the line towards Johnny Grace, who gets it and turns really well away from his man, opens up his shoulders and sends one long down the line looking for Joe Dwyer. It's just going to be cut out by Flannan's man, but Joe Dwyer flicks it away from him, and the ball is on the ground now, and it's a ruck forming there as Joe Dwyer has somehow won it back, and looks like he probably threw that ball. It also looks like he's been rugby tackled out over the sideline, but the referee is going to let them at it until he hears two hurleys clatter off each other. It was a loose one there from Tom Boland, and it is going to be a free out coming now for Flannans.
Kind of one that could have went either way.
Yeah, looked like Joe Dwyer was bull rushed out over the sideline as Flannans now make a substitution. Off comes Patrick Finneran, their centre forward, and Jason Keane Hayes, one of the minors from last year for Clare. He's onto the field as well, so he's wearing the number 23.
Nenagh are making it stick a small bit better inside this half, so there.
So 14 and a half minutes into the second half. It's a 1-point game. Nenagh in the lead by 1. Puck out goes, or the free goes long down on top of Shane Cleary. He just didn't get it in his hands first time, as Johnny Grace does well to try and keep it alive from Nenagh. Looks like Shane Cleary pulled down a Flannan's man. Referee was blindsided by that as Austin Duff is tackled to the ground now, and it's starting to really open up here a little bit now with both teams firing into tackles, and a ball thrown up and just missed by the Flannan's man, but he knew he was going to get blocked, so it was a clever move, and now it's opened up for James Cullinan. If he can get around Darrow Dwyer, which he can't, it is going to be a free in, and it was Darrow Dwyer who just wrapped him up and was making sure he couldn't go anywhere, but that just came out of nowhere for Flannans. It was the green helmet player there in the middle of the field. I didn't quite see who it was. I think it was Dara Ball. Threw the ball up to hit it. Knew he was going to get blocked down, so he just let it drop to the ground, flicked it in past the Nenagh player, and it all opened up. And it's ended up with Darrow Dwyer having to take a yellow card. We saw it with the first half with Emmett Jones, and likewise Darrow Dwyer there not taking any risks.
Look, it just shows the quality there of Flannan's. It looked like Nenagh had it under control, and then they were just through on goal. So look, I think it was important free there for Dara to foul to take. So
here is Harry Doherty now looking to level the game up. 16 minutes into the second half here, and over the bar it goes. Low trajectory on that, but it has gone over the bar, and that is a 7th point of the day for the Flannans number 10. So we're level once more. Your coverage here on Tipp FM with thanks to REA Eoin Dillon in Nenagh. That feeling of tenseness hasn't really gone away here in Cusack Park or Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg, but a lovely puck out from Paddy McCormack finds Emmett Jones. He's going to send one diagonal into the full forward line looking for Owen Duhan. It's going to break off him towards Rian McGrath, but it's brilliant defending back there by number 5 Dara Ball. His ball goes out now to number 23 Jason Keane Hayes, puts the ball back down on his hurley. Rian McGrath in pursuit, and good defending there by Johnny Grace. Brilliant stuff from Johnny Grace to cut that ball out. He comes out of defence now and plays it short to Owen Duhan. That's usually a good option, as Duhan is going to have a goal from his own 65. This one's leaking to the right, and it's just marginally wide, a 5th wide for Nenagh CBS. 6 on the day for Flannans, and we're still level here in Ennis with 17 minutes gone in the second half. It looks like Dunn has come back out to the centre forward position, and Patrick Hackett has gone back into full forward, so they're continuing to move him around. And now it looks like it is going to be KJ Dunn, 15-year-old, warming up down below us. Looks like he's going to be introduced into this game, but Harry Doherty is onto the breaking ball for Flannan's, and his attempted pass from his knees is cut out by Darrow Dwyer. It looked like Darrow Dwyer might have been fouled, but the referee, in fairness, is letting them at it as the ball plays back out now to a Flannan's man, number 7, Colm Daly. He's looking to give Flannan's the lead, and he's done just that. Flannan's overturned Nenagh, and now it is going to be a substitution. It is going to be Hugo Healy leaving the field, and on comes 15-year-old KJ Dunn. And Philip, I feel like this might be a debut for him.
Yeah, debut, yeah. But no better man to be coming on. He's from good heritage there out in Tumivara.
Yeah, the son of Ken Dunn, of course. He is on the field now, going into that half-forward position in this Hraty Cup final. So Nenagh rolling the dice. 18 minutes gone. They are now down by 1. They were up by 2, but it's Flannan 17, Nenagh 16, and we have 18 minutes gone in the second half. Again, this puck out has gone long, and it's been knocked to the ground by Patrick Hackett, and trying to get it off the ground now is a couple of players in there for both teams just outside the Flannan's 45, and Austin Duff is the man to win it off the surface for Nenagh CBS. He's coming forward trying to get a hand pass away, and in behind is KJ Dunn. He's just on the field, he's up inside. Can he get a shot away? He does. Oh, it's just across the face of the goals, but Joe Dwyer is going to get onto the breaking ball. He's inside the 14. It's a difficult angle. He cuts back down the end line now. He needs an option. He plays it back across the square. It could break towards KJ Dunn. He's trying to get it in his possession. He does so. He's trying to get out of the tackle. He kicks it back as far as Patrick Ryan. Ryan has it now. His snapshot is blocked. It's going to break off towards Ree McGrath, who does well to keep it away from a Flannan's defender, and it's just been flicked out to the side. It's descended into a bit of madness here around the 21-yard line, and Flannan's have won it back, and Nenagh are not going to come away from this attack with anything, it seems, as this hit and hope ball is going to land on top of Shane Cleary. The Kilrowan McDonough's man wins it, gets a hand pass away to KJ Dunn. He throws up a bit of a dummy, ball back in his hurley. He's going to go for the point, does the Tumivara man. It's just going to leak to the left and wide. 6 wides on the day for Nenagh CBS, and Flannan's remain in the lead by 1.
Okay, great start there for KJ. Alright, just 2 or 3 balls in a row there.
Yeah.
Look, it just shows the quality that he has too, and the danger that he can have.
So that just went wide. He had that goal chance as well that just went across the face of the goals. And now this puck out goes long. Trying to get out in front of his man over there is Emmett Jones. And Patrick Ryan in the middle of the field now trying to win it back for Nenagh as the clock ticks. 19 minutes 36 seconds in the second half. Referee Thomas Walsh is going to throw it in, and we see Emmett Jones going down. Looks like he might require a bit of stretching there for a cramp, and he's going to have to sort himself out, as Shane Cleary was attending to him, but the ball has been thrown in, and now Austin Duff is in there. He often wins these balls, and he's won it again. He's trying to orchestrate a free, but gets it away as far as Shane Cleary. Shane Cleary now going to send it long, looking for Joe Dwyer. O'Dwyer is out in front of his man, turns one way, turns the other. On his right hand side now, hits this high. Joe O'Dwyer looking to level the game, and he's done just that with his second of the day. A real high quality score that one was, and with 10 minutes to go, Philip, we're level 17 apiece.
We still have that nervous tension, don't we, Paul? The gloves aren't off yet.
And now puck out to come from Leon Talty. He goes long now, down on top of the half forward line, which is Thomas O'Connor on this occasion, and the big full forward snaps that ball brilliantly. He's going to have a goal from the sideline. It is going to be wide, but what a threat he is in the air. And that one has gone to the right and wide. Puck out to come from Paddy McCormack. He goes short to Cormac Kendi. The number 4 on this side is going to cut in field, takes the maximum amount of steps and hand pass it forward to Johnny Grace, who gives it back to Cormac Kendi. And Kendi now between the 265s is going to go diagonal into the centre forward position. Out in front of his man is Reen McGrath. He wins it now. He's trying to get a hand pass away, and he does so, but he gives it back towards Patrick Ryan. It's in over the head of the Bursalee man. He has to retreat back out between the 265s as Austin Duff trying to get in around his man now, and he does so. And Austin Duff has beaten a few of them now as he crosses the 45 up to the edge of the 21. He's been blocked down brilliantly from behind though by one of the Flannan's defenders. I think it was Connor Hill who got the hurley in there, and away comes Flannan's. They send it long to the far side of the field. It's a 2v1 over there. The 2 is for Nenagh CBS, and they've won it back through Shane Cleary. The Flannan's management team not happy down below as they think that ball was thrown, but Reen McGrath has won another one for Nenagh. He's urged to go now. It's KJ Dunn, I should say. Dunn is just hooked as he's striking that ball, and it is to the right and wide. 17 points apiece it remains. 22 minutes gone. Your coverage here on Tipp FM with thanks to REA Eoin Dillon in Nenagh, and we have a Flannan's man who is looks like he's worse for wear down below us. It's Rory Ralph, and he's saying that he's going to have to be replaced. So a substitution will be coming here. Flannan's down to 14 at the minute as this puck out goes long. It's going to break in behind towards Johnny Grace. He flicks it in field towards Patrick Hackett. Hackett does well to retain possession, gets it back to Grace. Grace sends this long, looking for Joe Dwyer, who's battling for possession, and he's fouled in the air as that ball was coming in. And Joe Dwyer, this second half, he's really come to life.
It's the best 20 minutes I've seen all year from Joe Dwyer. In fairness to him, 2 points, 3 or 4 frees, 1. Really has come out of a shell there.
Yeah, he's battled with hamstring and ankle injuries throughout 2025. So he is slowly getting back to full fitness now, and we're seeing the best of him here in this second half. But he's won an important free out on the 21. And it is 17 points apiece, 22 and a half minutes gone, as Owen Dohan now looking to give Nenagh CBS the lead. And it's number 20 coming on, Ben Talty, another one of those minors last year. He is going to be coming on for Rory Ralph, it looks like. And here is Owen Dohan, and he sends that ball over the bar. Nenagh lead by 1, and there is that substitution. Off goes Rory Ralph, and on comes number 20, Ben Talty. So big last 7-8 minutes to go here. 7 minutes to go plus additional time. Nenagh lead by 1, 18 points playing 17. Leon Talty goes long with the puck out now. Over to the far side of the field looking for big Harry Doherty. It breaks off him, and it looks like Patrick Ryan has won it back for Nenagh CBS. His hand pass goes forward to Tom Boland. He goes one more to Patrick Hackett. Hackett from outside the 45 sends this towards the post, and Patrick Hackett extends the lead to 2 for Nenagh CBS. His second score of the game, 19 points playing 17. Brilliant move, started again by Patrick Ryan.
What a score there, and Tom Boland probably had the opportunity to hit the shot, give the right option, and it's a great score from Patrick Hackett.
Looks like David Loftus might be preparing himself to come on for Flannan's as well, as they look to roll the dice and rely on some substitutes to come on and try and get this game back in their favour. But currently it's 19 points to 17 to Nenagh CBS, but Flannan's are on the attack, but it's been cut out back there, and it looks like surely Patrick Ryan was fouled. No, says the referee, but it breaks off to Darragh O'Dwyer. He plays it off to his right hand side towards Emmett Jones. Emmett Jones is blocked down over there, and that ball might go back to Flannan's man, but Emmett Jones gets back onto the breaking ball. Hand pass it forward to Owen Dohan. Cuts in field, lovely. Cuts past another man. Gives it back to Emmett Jones. Emmett Jones throws up a dummy. He's fouled. Brilliant play between Emmett Jones and Owen Dohan, and they've worked that free really well. It was loose stuff at times, Philip, but Emmett Jones got blocked down, won the break, got the hand pass, got it back, got fouled, and it's a free now coming for Owen Dohan.
Really good there, and great work right there over Harry Doherty too to make that block, but just fell to Emmett Jones there again. Back to Dohan, back to Jonesy, and got a free out of it. Well done.
6,909 is the official attendance here today, so just shy of 7,000 have gathered here in Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg to watch this Dr. Harty Cup final. We have 24 minutes 58 seconds gone in the second half, and it's a free to come for Nenagh CBS. Central position just inside the 65. Nenagh lead 19 points playing 17, and Emmett Jones is going to have to leave the field now after being tended to by the physio. So Nenagh will be playing with 14 for this play, but here is Owen Dohan now. Ball placed down as he goes through his routine. We have number 22, David Loftus, preparing himself to come on for St. Flannan's. So here goes Owen Dohan now, the captain of the team, looking to keep that scoreboard ticking in Nenagh's favour. Crouches over the ball, his back is to us, so he strikes this over his left shoulder, hends this towards the post, and straight between them. It's 12 on the day for Owen Dohan, and now we see a substitution. Off goes number 13, Owen O'Connor, and on comes number 22, David Loftus, for St. Flannan's College Ennis. So a big 4 minutes to go, Philip. That tension has gone absolutely nowhere. It's nearly gone up more in the last 25 minutes. So Nenagh lead by 3.
Yeah, nobody's really fully taken control of this game yet. It's a strange one.
And puck out goes long into a central position as Austin Duff goes up with the hands, but it breaks in behind towards Harry Doherty, and it has the ball flicked off his hurley brilliantly by Shane Cleary, and now Owen Dohan has it. His ball into the forward line is a poor one though, and that's been cut out, and now Flannan's look to work it through the hands once more, and they're going to send one long through Ben Talty, edge of the square, dangerous ball, it's bouncing and it's flicked out, and goalkeeper Paddy McCormick watched it all the way. His out ball goes towards Emmett Jones. Emmett Jones is looking like a tired figure out there as he's pulled down by Thomas O'Connor, and in fairness to Emmett Jones, he's given absolutely everything here today.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted that ball there, to be honest, but he's struggling to catch his breath after that last bang he got, but no, excellent play there. He probably played your man a small bit, but
Yeah, he spun around and was pulled back by Thomas O'Connor, and it gives Nenagh a chance to eke a few seconds more as goalkeeper Paddy McCormack comes out to send this ball long. So here comes the money goal man, surveying his options now, and he's been told to go back by the linesman, but that's all part of the, I'm sure, is trying to slow it down now. And here goes Paddy McCormack as he lifts this and strikes from his own 45, gets a good high strike on it, going to be landing in around the edge of the 14. KJ Dunn is underneath it, knocks it to the ground. It could break towards Tom Boland. It's still there for Nenagh, just on the edge of the square. A ruck is forming now. Mightn't be a chance, and away comes Flannan's with the ball through number 7. That's Daly. Plays it out to their centre back Cullinan, and he plays it short here now to 20. Ben Talty has green grass in front of him as he crosses the 265, but his pass is cut out by Johnny Grace, and a chop on Patrick Ryan awards the free to Nenagh CBS, and Johnny Grace read that really well, knocked it to the ground. In came Patrick Ryan, and a lot of the good Nenagh has done has involved number 13 Patrick Ryan here today, Philip.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. We said it at the start with his versatility, he could end up anywhere, but it's great to see just how calm both sets of backs are when they're on the ball.
Yeah,
they're well able to play the ball out, but no, that was excellent there out of Patrick Ryan.
So a big long range free coming now for Owen Duhan inside his own 65. He lifts it, he strikes it, it's heading towards the post. It looks like it's going to be drifting to the left, and it is going to be just kept in play. No, it is going to be waved wide, so wide there for Nenagh. 8 wides on the day and 7 for Flannan's, but Nenagh lead with 28 and a half minutes gone, 90 seconds plus additional time to go. Nenagh lead by 3, 20 points playing 17. Your coverage here on Tipp FM with thanks to REA Eoin Dillon. Nenagh puck out goes long, looking for Harry Doherty. Again, it's that man, Emmett Jones, to knock it to the ground, but it is Flannan still in possession of this ball, and Johnny Grace trying to cut out another one. Does well to just knock it away from number 8, Graham Ball, but he has it now. He cuts in field. He's pulled back by Johnny Grace, and it is going to come back for that free, and it is Johnny Grace, I think, who will go into the book of referee Thomas Walsh. Another one of those taking no chances tackles, and it is just a tick, I think, for the Burgess clubman. So free to come for Harry Doherty, central position on the 45, and we're going to have 3 additional minutes here in Cusack Park as Flannans now have the chance to reduce the deficit to 2. Their joint captain Harry Doherty playing in his second Harty Cup final. He scored 10 points in last year's final. He has 7 in this year's one, and let's see, can he make it 8? He's hit that just over the bar. It was right at the post. The Nenagh goalkeeper and some of the Nenagh lads on the line were protesting with the umpire, but it has been waved over the bar. So grandstand finish coming in the 2026 Dr. Harty Cup final. Nenagh CBS 20 points, St. Flannan's 18. 29 minutes 52 seconds gone. We're going to have 3 additional minutes to come here in the second half. Puck out goes long, down on top of Patrick Hackett. Every ball won now means that little bit more, and it's been won back there by St. Flannan's through their centre back James Cullinan. He's under pressure, he's forced back the field, but he gets a nice out ball now as far as Ben Talty. Ben Talty has his hand pass cut out again by Johnny Grace. Grace has it now over his shoulder, going to send this one to the edge of the square. Reen McGrath is in there, and KJ Dunn, it breaks off him towards Patrick Ryan inside the 14, going for goal. Oh, what a block that is back there. An incredible block by one of the St. Flannan's defenders, and Flannan's are going to come away from this attack, but Joe Dwyer has robbed one of the players and he's won the ball back. Gives it off to Reen McGrath. Reen McGrath, can he put it over the bar from close range? He's pulled his effort to the left and wide, and what a block that was back there. I believe it was Darren Murray. We're going to have a substitution now. Joe Dwyer is going to go off, and on comes number 21, Charlie Kendi, and that was a chance for Reen McGrath. Just pulled it across the face of the goals and wide.
Yeah, the bodies are starting to get a bit weary here. You can see it from both sides. I think it was a bit of a hit and hope there by Johnny Grace there, but look, I suppose any time the ball's up that end of the field is a good thing now with time nearly up.
So we have a minute played of the 2 additional minutes to come, and it is a 2-point lead for Nenagh CBS. 20 points playing 18. Puck out goes long, and it's knocked to the ground, and there's bodies over there. Thomas O'Connor is there for Flannan's on the Nenagh CBS 45, but the ball is still stuck on the ground, and a ruck is formed, and again it's Austin Duff who emerges with the ball. He's trying to orchestrate a free. He's won the ball. He's back down onto the ground now. The play is going to continue. Nenagh wanted a free, but Thomas Walsh wasn't going to let him buy it, and instead it's Boland who wins it back for Nenagh, and going back the field now is Cormac Kendi. It's it's all become a little bit frantic now as Nenagh CBS try to keep this ball alive. It's stuck out on the sideline. It's back onto the ground now as the clock continues to tick. 31 minutes 52 seconds. Nenagh lead by 2 and Nenagh are in possession of the ball, and it's back down on the ground. Nenagh don't mind this though. It's been skirted out over the sideline, and the linesman isn't too sure. So I think he might be throwing this ball in, Philip, and this is it now. We just have less than 60 seconds to go. Nenagh lead by 2. It's a throw-in inside Nenagh's 45 on the sideline over on the far side of the field, and it has been given as a line ball to Nenagh CBS.
There's only one player inside our half, inside the Nenagh half. KJ Dunn is the lone soldier inside.
He's all the way up on the edge of the 14, and everyone else is around where this line ball has been given. It is Emmett Jones who is going to be taking it, and referee is asking the players to go back. So this very well might be the last play of the Harty Cup final. It's 20 points playing 18. Line ball taken by Jones. It hits it down the line now, and Patrick Hackett has it in his hands for Nenagh CBS as he won a free. He's blocked down, goes back out over the sideline. That will give Nenagh the chance again to just slow things down as Emmett Jones comes out, and you feel it now. 32 minutes 55 seconds gone in the second half, and we've played the 3 additional minutes. It's all on the referee Thomas Walsh now as Patrick Hackett prepares himself to take this sideline on his own 65 over on the far side of the field, and he scoots it down the line now, and it's a run made over there by the man who's just on the field. Charlie Kendi has it in his hands trying to get a pass away, and he's been held shortly, and he does get a pass away, but only as far as Flannan's man, and it is going to be a free out for Flannan's on the edge of their own 45, and a loose hurley there. It is going to be a free, and this is going to be dropped around the edge of the square as we see a sub coming on for Nenagh CBS. On comes number 18 Daniel McKelvey. He's coming on for number 14 Patrick Hackett, and I think McKelvey will be sent to the edge of the square to try and defend this long ball. So it's all come down to this. Nenagh lead by 2. This ball is going to be dropping around the edge of the square. Thomas Walsh is going to allow one final play. So Nenagh lead by 2. Flannan's free on their own 45. They're going to launch this ball long. What will come of it? We have played 4 minutes now of the additional 3 minutes as Patrick Hackett makes his way off the field. Here comes the free. It's sent long from James Cullinan. It's going to be landing around the edge of the square. There's so many bodies there. It breaks all the way in behind. It's still there. It's been cleared out. It's still on the edge of the square. Nenagh needs to clear this ball, and that is it. Referee has blown full time. Nenagh CBS are the Harty Cup champions 2 times in the last 3 years, 4 in a row for Tipperary schools. They've won it 20 points to 18 in an incredibly tense game that went all the way down to the very last play. But Nenagh CBS are Harty Cup champions for the second time in the school's history. There's a pitch invasion out there, incredible scenes, but Nenagh CBS have done it. 4 in a row for Tipperary schools, 2 in 3 years for Nenagh CBS and Philip Hickey. They really had to do that the hard way. We didn't get a moment's peace throughout that 60 minutes.
No, that's unbelievable, and I suppose you could name every single player out there. Patrick Hackett, Owen Dunn was obviously the main man up front, but Joe Dwyer, Patrick Ryan, even Paddy McCormack back there with his puck outs. Unbelievable performance there. Johnny Grace coming out with the ball. I don't think any Nenagh player really had a bad performance today, and Joe, look, it could have went either way in the end. First half was really St. Flannan's, but second half Nenagh really stuck to it and got the scores when they needed them.
Yeah, one of the tensest games ever. 11 points apiece at half time, and it was just a pure battle from start to finish, and the full-time whistle has gone with Nenagh in the lead by 2. 20 points playing 18. Owen Duhan with 12 of Nenagh's 20 points. We had 2 for the Toomevara duo of Patrick Hackett and Austin Duff. Joe Dwyer chipped in with 2, and a point each as well for Darrow Dwyer and Patrick Ryan. Incredible performances all over the field for Nenagh CBS, and Philip, they really had to work for that, but now we have 2 Harty Cups in the school's history in the space of 3 years.
It's unbelievable, and I suppose these boys, we spoke about history at the start in St. Flannan's with all their wins, but I suppose history means nothing to a group of students that are only coming through a school, and you'd be so proud of these lads, first time winning the Ryan 2 years ago, and I suppose after carrying on now to the Harty Cup, you'd just be so delighted. They're such a good bunch and a real honest bunch, and you know what, they deserve it, so they do.
The Harty Cup is staying in Tipperary for another 12 months at the very least, and that is a huge win for Tipperary hurling, for schools hurling in North Tipperary as well. players from 10 different clubs on the panel here. We saw a debut for a 15-year-old KJ Dunn who played his part as well. Rian McGrath caught a few balls. Charlie Kennedy won that last ball, and there's huge celebrations, flares and everything going on over on the far side of the field, and huge celebrations and brilliant scenes as the Nenagh players jump up and down with all the supporters. And the supporters, Philip, have played their role as well, because they've been at every game bringing that noise, bringing the atmosphere, and they've been a big part of this story too.
Yeah, massive. And look, you have to big shout out to Amanda England there for organising all these buses to the games. Like, it's not easy, and all the teachers that end up going and the teachers that end up covering all the classes for the teachers that are away, so it's not simple. But look, I know the players definitely appreciate the support, and you see it there, really took to life in the semi-final, and they really brought it again today.
Oh, this is just unbelievable. I feel like we can finally take a deep breath, Philip. We were both very, I don't know if it came through on the broadcast, but that was an incredibly tense game of hurling. There was really no time where either team set up any bit of a gap. I think Flannan's might have led by 4 points at one stage in the first half, but other than that, it was a puck of a ball in it either way.
Yeah, look, nobody took control of it as such, but I suppose if you look at Eoin Dillon there, he really turned it on when he was inside the full forward line. He held on to nearly everything that came in, and it's so important on a day like today when there is no one taking control of it, that someone just makes it stick. And even if you win a free, Joe Dwyer winning a free there, like as we said, we thought it needed a goal, and it probably did to come to life, but it turns out Nenagh got it done without it anyway.
Yeah, and Austin Duff, Patrick Ryan, those two players in particular, Emmett Jones in the second half, Johnny Grace. Like, any time a ruck was around the middle of the field, we were often saying the name Austin Duff was the man coming out with it. He had an exceptional performance in there as well.
Yeah, and look, he had the backing of Shane Cleary behind him now when he was ever stuck, and Shane Cleary, as we've seen even playing senior for Killer One, he's well able to spray the ball around. And you know what, there's some quality players out there, and there's some quality players that'll play for Tipp for a long time in the future. Yeah, and a disappointing result, of course, for Flannan's, beaten in last year's final, beaten in this year's final, but they had plenty of top performers as well out there. The ever dangerous duo of Thomas O'Connor and Darragh McNamara threatened at times throughout the game, but ultimately the Nenagh defence held strong, and we talked about goals maybe being a factor in this game. Nenagh had scored 16 in their 5 games, and Flannan's had scored 11 in their 5 games, but I don't think either goalkeeper really had a save to make. We had that KJ Dunn kind of half chance at one stage, and from the Nenagh point of view, nothing really in terms of shots on target coming from Flannan, so it was one of those kind of real kind of defensive slugfests out there. Yeah, and as you related to at half time there, like, it's like a boxer. That's honestly what it turned out like. It was tit for tat there, and again, like, there was no actual clear chances bar that one with KJ maybe, and I don't even think the goalie had to make a save on that one. So, it seemed to go across the face of the goals. Patrick McCormack maybe had one that he had to deal with, but other than that there was no actual shots hit, so a strange one, but very entertaining game, and the quality was unbelievable still. Yeah, you could say there was no knockout. It went to a points decision, and Nenagh won it on points, 20 points to 18 in front of 6,909 people here in Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg. Many thanks to Philip Hickey on co-commentary alongside myself, Paul Carroll, and many thanks to our sponsors, REA Eoin Dillon in Nenagh. The 2026 Harty Cup is coming back to Nenagh. They have won their second ever title. They've beaten St. Flannan's College Ennis 20 points to 18. We're going to leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, and a reminder, we'll be back on air tomorrow from 2 o'clock from Tullamore for Tipperary against Offaly. But from us here in Ennis, bye for now.